Basketball's always been a huge part of my life. My whole family is kind of like a basketball family. I wanted to be just like my sister when I was growing up, and she's 5 years older than me, so I got to watch her play and wanted to do everything she was doing. So I think her originally, and then, you know, as I kept growing, my dad became more a part of pushing me a little more, doing a little bit more than just the practices I had. I think the first time I really fell in love with the game, it was when you hear that noise of like a ball going straight through the basket, that swish noise, that still gives me chills. When I started playing my freshman year at the council, that was when I could start to kind of be more myself through basketball, just out on the court. And you know, the friends that I made on that team kind of helped me become more outgoing and more talkative and all that. And basketball kind of helped me grow into my own person, and I was able to find out kind of who I was through basketball in high school. Transition from high school to college was definitely tough. Off the court, it was especially hard. I was very homesick at the beginning of my freshman year.
You know, she's very close to her family, and I think she struggled with being away from home. And so we had many talks about that. She's only like an hour and 15 minutes from York, but you know, for some kids it's a struggle, and she definitely had a tough time with that.
For me to feel the way I did, something bad had to have happened, or, you know, something had to have happened, but that wasn't the case. It came kind of out of nowhere. You know, we were having a great season on the court, school was going well, anything, you know, on paper everything was going well, but I started lacking motivation to kind of do anything, and my focus was, you know, when can I sleep and when can I nap today? There would be nights where I would be in so much emotional pain that I didn't even understand where it was coming from, that I would be in, you know, physical pain, like I would hurt because I was so upset.
As a parent, you always feel you can solve your children's problems, and this is something, you know, we couldn't solve on our own. You know, I think as a parent, you always hope for two things: their health and their happiness. And she was struggling with both of them. You know, we needed some help.
And, you know, I would call my dad, you know, just bawling to him in the middle of the night, and, you know, he trying to be like, what's wrong, what's going on? And I didn't know what to tell him. I didn't have anything to tell him, but I just felt miserable, and all I wanted to do was sleep. And, you know, I kept remembering, up until that point, my dad could always fix any problems I had. And I think that really tore him up, because there was nothing he could do. He would say, there's no magic words I can say that'll make you feel better. We went down to Amherst and we lost to a great team, and you know, that was the end of our season. And I remember, instead of feeling kind of upset, which I should have, because this was my favorite, you know, my favorite game in the whole world, I love this sport, I was more relieved. I remember when we got home, you know, back to York that weekend, I was back to my bed, back to not going to any classes, and next thing I know, Coach Whitman is walking in my dorm room.
I knocked on her door and told her she needed to get out of bed and get down here, and we sat out on our front porch and talked for quite a while. But you know, Murph's been through a lot, and she's a really special kid, and it's becoming a young woman, and it's been so rewarding to see her, you know, grow through the 4 years that she's been here at the college.
I just remember telling her that if I didn't go home and, you know, figure out what was going on and try and get healthy, that I didn't think I would survive the rest of the semester.
I was afraid of losing her completely, and you know, I thought that being at York College was probably the best thing for her, and we had to find a way to, you know, to get her help and get her better, and find a way to get her back here on campus. And you know, but at the time when everything sort of came to a head, you know, she needed to go home and be with her parents and get the help that she needed.
So we took her home, and you know, she needed to be with her parents. We removed her from school, and that was good. She was with her parents, but I think the problem was her life was up in York. Her friends, her teammates, her coaches, everything was up here. And I remember the first thing she said to me before she even got out of the car, got home, was, as soon as I can, I'm going back to York.
I think leaving home again was definitely something I was afraid of. You know, that was the place where I came and, you know, got kind of myself back together and back to, you know, a happy state. And I think leaving there was something I really did fear. It was really important for me to kind of, you know, prove to myself that I could get back and do it and not fall in this same path, and kind of stay on the right path and be happy and, you know, focus on my education and basketball and, you know, get everything back together.
And little by little, week by week, you could see her become more of herself. You know, her positive attitude returned. The phone calls that would get at night used to be about what went wrong yesterday. Now the phone calls are about what she was going to do tomorrow and the next day. Her thinking was more forward.
My dad helped me tremendously through the whole thing, and, you know, I don't think he knows, he probably knows, but he helped me tremendously day in and day out. Coach Whitman, Coach Cooney, I think everyone knows how good of coaches they are, and they see the success that they've had with their teams and their program, but they don't, a lot of people don't see exactly what they do for us, you know, behind the scenes. They have gone above and beyond any regular coach's like expectation.
Well, when you're a coach, I think that you're a kind of a mom away from home, and you know, these kids are on their own, and you know, they're trying to grow up, and sometimes, especially through college, the college years, I think they can encounter a lot of difficult things. And you know, and Murph was, you know, just one of those players who I think needed just a little extra attention, and not that she wanted the attention, but you know, she needed a little extra care, and I certainly was willing to, you know, to give that to her.
Getting that from your coach, who, you know, in my mind I'm letting down and I'm, you know, leaving the team and leaving school, you know, she's reassuring me, you know, you're gonna get back here, and you know, you're still gonna be my 2 guard, and their main focus was, you know, for me to get healthy, and it wasn't, you know, what's the best for our team right now. You know, they focused on more, you know, if I was healthy and how I could get there.
She's, you know, academically, she's done really well. You know, sometimes it was a matter of just getting out of bed and going to class, but now, you know, that she has overcome a lot. You know, she enjoys going to class. You know, she gets excited when she gets a good grade. She shares that with me. And to me, that means more than anything, you know, related to basketball, that she's doing well in the classroom and just doing so well in life in general. You know, I want nothing more than for her to be happy and succeed and do well, you know, not just on the court, but off the court, you know, is more important to me.
Just to see your child healthy and happy is all the difference in the world. You know, someone very dear to me gave me a sign. No smile is as beautiful as the one that struggles through tears. I have that in my office, and I think back about my daughter and what she's gone through. I certainly would never wish that on everyone, but to see where she is right now, after what she's gone through, makes this year even so much more special.
I'm thankful for how I'm looking at life now, and how it made me realize how many people I truly have that are there for me, and how good of a support system I have, especially when things, you know, aren't going well. I think everything that I went through just reassures me that I made the greatest decision of my life to come to York. You know, I'm lucky enough to be a senior with these other 3 girls that have just, you know, been there for me since freshman year, on and off the court. And this team, 1 through 16 of us, like, I love all of them. And this is the first time I've been on a team where, you know, we have chemistry on and off the court, and you know, I'm with them all the time, and I love these girls to death, and I would not want to spend my senior season with any other group of girls.
She's our glue that keeps the team together, and you know, Murph is just one of those special players that, you know, all these seniors are special, but you know, she's the person I've really leaned on this season, you know, kind of keep the team together this year.
Would you say Kelsey Murphy's back?
Yes, she's back.
I'm on top of the world, I'm on top of the world, Been waiting on this for a while now, paying my dues to the dirt. I've been waiting this hard, the whole name.